Hi everybody, thought it a great opportunity to show you some Pinot Noir that's finally come into the winery. We've just started picking that variety. We've picked quite a bit of Sauvignon Blanc, sparkling base, and some Pinot Gris, and now just coming into where Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are starting to come ready. So this is a small fermenter of Pinot Noir, open top, and what happens is we put the fruit in here, gets to soak for about 3 to 4 days, maybe 5. We'll wait till the while fermentation takes off, so it'll just soak. Stew once a day. We just give it a bit of a plunge, make sure we keep the cap really nice and wet, and we don't end up with things growing on top and that sort of thing. So it just keeps it mixed, soaks away. We get a lot of colour, a lot of flavour, and good tannin coming out. Once the ferment takes off in about 3 to 4 days, then we'll still only hand plunge once a day, but the ferment will go from, at the moment where it's about 15 degrees soaking, it'll get very hot over that period to about 30-32 degrees, and the actual fermentation will only take about 5-6 days. So once it gets going, it's very quick compared to, say, whites and tank, where we're fermenting at about 13 to 15 degrees. They take 2 weeks. So once the process gets going, it's very quick, and it's around about a 2-week period that it'll sit in here, stewing on itself, fermenting, and going from juice to finished wine in a couple of weeks. So we'll come back in a few days and show you what's happening, and just show you how much this actual tank of Pinot Noir has changed from just soaking on its own juice to a bubbling, roaring ferment going. So exciting times here at the winery. This is what we love doing, and getting fruit into the winery and start the whole process. So join us in a few days to look at the progress of this particular wine. So you'll see Hannah, resident young trainee winemaker from America, was up here plunging this particular pot, and in French they call that pigeage, and it's about pushing the cap underneath, mixing, and once the ferment gets going, it's about trying to control temperature so that cap is quite warm, and by pushing it and mixing it back through the juice in the wine, it helps cool that down. We also extract more colour and tannin. Here we only do that process once a day, but some wineries might do it 2 or 3 times a day. But the more you do it, the more extraction you get. We're after less extraction, so we only do it once a day. But it's a hard job at times, especially when you've got lots to do. So this here is an open top fermenter. This is whole bunch Pinot Noir fermentation taking place. So for Scotchman's Hill, we had about 15% whole bunches in the bottom of the fermenter, then harvested fruit in on top, and this has now been going nearly a week. So like the previous, where you saw it juicy on top and then starting to ferment, this is probably 2/3 the way through. As we hand plunge it each day, some of the whole bunches come to the top, and if you actually taste them, they're quite fizzy inside, because they're actually fermenting inside that berry, which adds more sweetness, lifted perfume to the character of the wine. You also have the stems, so they add quite a bit of tannin, and also a slight stemmy character to the wine. The fermenter here has finished the full fermentation, taken about 10 days. So Lucas now is removing the wine, pumping the wine out, and the skins will be left, and then we'll dig those skins out and then take them to the press. So yeah, it's sort of the next process. After the grapes have arrived in, it's soaked while ferment's built up, gone through, and the actual main fermentation only takes about 5 days for the majority of that to occur. And then afterwards we let it soak for a little bit again, and then we remove the wine process now, and then through to pressing, and basically that's a 10-day exercise from when it comes off the vine. until it's finished wine. So we're at the last sort of step with the fermentation in the open top fermenter. Lucas is lucky enough to get to dig out this pot rather than me, and he gets his daily workout by digging this out. But as you can see, we've drained all the finished wine out, and now we've got to dig the pot out into the bin, and then the final process after this will be putting it in the press and pressing this particular tank off. So yeah, it's quite a laborious, time-consuming job, but it really adds to the quality of the wine by doing it this way, and we're really able to not over-extract and get really hard tannins. We're able to get really fine tannins in the wine and give overall structure. So that's why we make the wine this way. Very much hands-on, small batch, small scale winemaking. So we're in the final process of finishing off this wine. It's been dug out by Lucas into the bins, as you've seen, fed into the press through the top hopper, and now it's pressing. This will take about 40 minutes to go through. We only lightly press, so it goes through around about 4 to 5 press cycles. We don't press very heavily compared to some people that might go a little bit harder. Again, we're only after fine tannins. We don't want hard, aggressive tannins. So after this process, it'll sit for a few days to settle down, and then it'll go into barrel where it'll sit for 12 months.